Hi, it's Sandra, and I am actually going to do a manicure today using the Sweet Treat Maniology 251 plate. And the reason I'm going to do a manicure with this is because, well, because I like it, but also on my giveaway, Melinda Gaskins actually said she'd love to see a video on using this ribbon candy reverse stamped in a manicure. And I thought, gee, that's a great idea because I love all these candies on here. And I'm going to actually use 3 plates. This is not the only one I'm going to use. So I'm going to use these 2 images off this plate. I'm going to use this candy cane striped off of this plate, and this is WhatsUp B022. And there's tons of plates with this design, so Maniology I think has one too. And then I'm also going to use WhatsUp B003. I'm going to use this candy design, and I'm going to use this candy cane design right here. So I'm going to use these 3 plates, and I'm going to use, just so you know, I'm going to use Orly Star Spangled for my red. I'm going to use this green for Sally Hansen, and this is called Limestone for some green for reverse stamping. I'm using Whatcha Indy polish, and this is called, I think I had a hard time on Phenomena on the air, in the air. Phenomenon in the air. And then I'm going to use Frozen as my white stamping polish. It's Maniology. And I'm also going to use Maniology stamping polish Evil Eye. And this, the bad thing about this Evil Eye, it's a beautiful color. The problem is that it has a tendency to smear when you put the top coat on. So there's 2 things that you need to make sure that the paint is dry. The stamping is dry before you even consider putting a smudge-free top coat on, and just skim the top, do it very lightly. The other thing that I'm going to use are these Glitties. And I love these things for winter and for candies, because to me it looks like sugar or snow depending on what you're going to use it for. So what I came up with is I did my hand already once to played with it and seen what I like. So what I'm going to do, and by the way, I cannot stand using the latex, the paint on latex to cover your fingers, and even those I don't know what the cuticle covers that we got in the last Maniology box, these right here, nail protectors. I don't like those either. I don't know what it is, but I think, especially with the paint on latex, I end up having a bigger mess than if I just would have painted on my nails. So I'd rather do it all at one time and just clean it up, everything off. Okay, so I've already put a base coat down, and what I did was I'm going to do these 3 fingers in white, and I'm going to do my thumb and my pinky in red. And I figured out that like just a regular white wasn't as pretty. I really like this one with the iridescent flakes in it. So I'm going to use this for my white. And then, like I said, I'm using this Orly, this really pretty red from Orly. So I'm going to paint those fingers the colors, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is this one. And I'm going to put that on my ring finger. And one thing, if you don't already know, is whenever you use these polishes with the flakes in them, you really need to put a top coat on before you start stamping to level out the polish. Otherwise, you're going to have like I don't know, it looks funky. So you want to make sure that you put a top coat on before you start stamping. Okay, so there's my design. See it better on here. And now I'm going to stick it on my finger. Okay. I'm just going to get some of these off of here so in case they move around, they don't land on my finger. I'm going to let this red stamping polish dry for quite a long time before I even put the smudge-free top coat on it, because it really has a tendency to smear. because it's a metallic, I think. And it's so dark, so pigmented. Okay, so there's that candy. Okay, so I'm going to do, next thing I'm going to do is my pointer finger. And I am going to do, so I've used both of the images I want on this plate. So I'm going to do my pointer finger, which is going to have this candy stripe right here. And I'm going to, my polish is dry, so I'm going to put some of this, the Maniology smudge-free top coat on here so that it will stick to it. The image will stick to it. And you can use, they have, Maniology has its sticky base coat. That works. You can use Orly Bonder. That's really nice to stick your stamps on with. I just find that the smudge-free top coat dries pretty quick, so I don't have to wait really long. Now the Orly Bonder is great. You can put that on and then stamp immediately. The only bad thing about that is that it has a tendency to turn white, kind of yellow. So that's why I didn't want to mess around with that one. Okay, so I'm going to take my other stamper because I didn't clean off that one. Oh, that turned out really bad. I didn't scrape it obviously enough, so I'm going to take this off. Try it again. When you have lots of negative space on here, just remember you want to lightly, obviously not that light, but you want to lightly scrape it, because otherwise you'll scrape all the paint off of it. Okay, take more of this off here. Okay, so let's do this one. There it is. And put it on my pointer finger. Let's see if I can line this up right. Okay, so there's the candy striped and the pinwheel stripe. And one thing you want to do is just make sure that you have that base coat on before you, or I'm sorry, a top coat on before you put anything on these polishes that have any texture to them. Otherwise it's not gonna give you a smooth finish if you don't put the top coat on first. Okay, so there's that. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. And I also stamped this off camera, so I put the little, let's see, I put these on here on my thumb from this plate. So this one is that. Okay, clean this off. Now what I'm going to do with the ribbon candy. So if you look at this plate, and I think Melinda saw this right off the bat, and of course I didn't see it. I wasn't paying attention. I was so thrilled with just the fact that it was ribbon candy. But it's kind of, it's messy in there. So you can see there's ribbon candy in here, and there's some other kinds of, there's, I don't know, like fruit candy maybe. There's like stars in here. So it's just got a bunch of stuff in there. So the thing that I wanted to do was actually have the ribbon candy show up the most. So to do that, what I decided to do was to reverse stamp that a different color. So what I'm going to do, what I decided to do is I'm going to still do this in the red, because most of this stuff, there's a candy cane in there and all the red and white stuff. So I'm still going to do it in the red. And I'm going to take my stamper. Okay, so there it is. Let's get this out of the way. There it is. It's hard to see. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do is reverse stamp the ribbon candy, and I'm going to leave the rest of it just the red and white. So I decided to do the ribbon candy in green. I was going to use a dark Christmas green, and I tried it and it was just too dark. You couldn't see it. So that's where this green is coming in. So I'm going to reverse stamp this. So that it stands out. You can see the ribbon candy kind of winding in here. So let's take this. There might be a better color to do this in, because really this ribbon candy comes in all different colors. I just wanted it to be the traditional colors. So I'm just going to fill in the ribbon candy, and there's not that much of it. It goes through here and then it comes up through here. And most of this is not going to show up. So I'm going to go through and do this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have reverse stamped this, and let's see what it looks like. If you could see it on the back, let's see. It's very hard to see, and you'll see it better on my nail. But you can see that the ribbon candy is kind of at the bottom, and then the one at the top and over here is really not going to show up. It's going to be more of this that's going to be on my nail. So I just put some smudge-free top coat on my nail, and I'm getting ready to stamp. I've let it dry for a little bit. All right, and I'll line this up here. And I'm going to put the edge of this ribbon candy on the edge of my nail, and hopefully it'll stamp on there well. Let's see. Okay, so there we go. So you can see that get it up closer a little bit. It's still hard to see, but you can see that the ribbon candy sticks out. All the rest of it's kind of background noise, which is exactly what I wanted to do, because I really want to focus in on the ribbon candy. And this is so cute. If I could take that off and put that someplace else, this little piece of ribbon candy, I would absolutely do it. But so let me clean this up, and then I'm going to show you the sugar, the powder that I'm going to put on here to make it look like there's sugar on it, and we'll see what the finished product looks like. Okay, so I've cleaned it all up, and now I'm going to use my my smudge-free top coat, and this is where we got to be really careful. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these one at a time. So let's do my pinky first, and I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to put some of this glitter on here. Now, some people put this on with their cuticle pusher that's got that little scoop on it. And if I could find mine, I would absolutely show you, but of course I can't find it right now. So some people use that little scoop, and I think that's a great way to do it. It's hard to control how much it goes on there. The bad thing about this stuff is you can put too much on and you won't even see your design. So I like to take just a pinch, like you would with regular sugar or salt, and just kind of really put it on there fine. You don't want too much on there. Okay, that's good. Now what I would do is let that sit there for a little bit, and then I'm going to put the final top coat on. So I'm going to do that with all my fingers, and it just adds a little bit something to the design. And I've used this as snow as well, and it's really cute as snow. So if you don't have any of this glitter that's, I don't know, it's white glitter, get some, because it really does add to these snow designs. All right, so I'm going to do this to all my nails, and I'll be back. Okay, so here is the final nail manicure, and I think it turned out really cute. I love the snow, or sugar. This is supposed to be sugar in this case, and here's my thumb. So there you have it. So thanks for the suggestion, Melinda. I hope that you like the result, and let me see your nails. If any of you decide to use this, of course you will. You'll use this plate. Let me see what your ideas are. And thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching.